Hey, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is January 14th, 2023. Before we get started, this video is for educational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned near your time frame and risk tolerance. If you haven't done so yet, please like and subscribe to this video. I really do appreciate that. It really helps me with the with the YouTube algorithms. You can find me on Twitter at AlphaCharts365. If you're really interested, I do super follow group there. Hit that up. And one last thing, I want to thank Howard Lindsay. He sent me a social leverage hat. If you don't follow Howard on Twitter, he is amazing. He writes a blog every day that he shares. Really one of the most smartest, most insightful things I read on a daily basis. So please check him out, Howard Lindsay. All right, thank you. All right, let's get into the charts. This is stocks to watch, and you have the downtrend line, and we were expecting to go lower here, and it just didn't. Now this downtrend line is still in effect, but price is back above the 200-day, and we'll see if it gets rejected like it has every time since the beginning of this downtrend, right, in January. That being said, there's a lot of names that are setting up and look pretty good. We're going to get into them right here. Got a whole bunch, and actually there was a lot, right? So I had to pare it down to some of my favorites. That is another indication the market's healing. Now, again, do we know if this is, a false move or not? We'll only know after the fact. But it looks like the market's healing because of what's showing up. And it's pretty broad based, and breadth is really improving. So we like all that. All right, so let's get going, right? SMCI, first one. Nice little uptrend. There's your pullback, right? And now if it could move higher, things will start to look good again for this particular name. It's a very widely watched name, so it does give me a little bit of pause because of that. CPRX, very, very strong. Again, that reversal day here on Friday. Watch for it to pull back and maybe find a good entry spot as it pulls back and closes that gap with the moving averages. IRDM, giant update right there. Also, by the way, all these charts by TrendSpider. If you like the way these charts look and everything, check out TrendSpider. All right. Here is the move higher in IRDM. I was hoping that we'd get a little bit more of a sideways to pullback move to potentially get involved. It just kept going, so we just keep watching it and waiting for that sideways pullback. Penumbra, the medical device. This was kind of the flag I was watching. It kind of broke out of more of this area, I guess. And a nice breakout on Friday. Again, now maybe it's a little bit extended. And if it could come back, to this 233 area, that would be very interesting. HLN, also in the healthcare sector. You have the initial base, kind of like a cup and handle look to it. So nice looking name right there. I'm going to say something like this, right? And we found sellers in this area, right? From these wicks, you can see the sellers. So, it really has to clear, $8.10, we'll call it. But then it might be extended, right? So we have to, but I think this $8.10, that's the battleground in HLN. STM. And we can just pull this right across a little bit right there. And you can see how it's got this bottoming look. This bottom look is one of two types of patterns I've noticed in a lot of charts. This is one of them. I call this a complex head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulders, right? That's kind of what it looks like, to me at least. And it's got that bottoming pattern. Again, it may need to pull back because it's extended, but where it pulls back and how much, I think 38.75 is a pretty good spot. And then it can move higher from there. Okay, that's STM, FLYW, fly wire. Nice little kind of bottoming action. You see the low here, higher low here. We'll see if this is now a higher low right there. Moving average is trying to kind of, align bullishly. Looks pretty good. Four square. I'm sorry, shift for payments. And so this would be, I would consider more of an older, it's not that old, an older from the last cycle type of software name. So it looks good. It's got good growth numbers, and it may continue to do well. Again, very strong bull look to it. But I'm trying to give you guys some fresh ideas for the next bull market, right? That we may or may not be getting into. That was shift for payments, KD, right? There's one. So this is the other chart style that I've noticed, right? I have a lot of those inverted complex head and shoulders, and I have this. Came out at the wrong time, got demolished, went sideways for a long time, and now it's starting to recover. KD is one of those types of names. Beautiful flag right here. Absolutely love this. Right there. Easy to manage risk against. So yeah, that's definitely a name that I'm a big fan of. Again, it's got a bottoming pattern. Again, got destroyed, so it's not at all-time highs, but still looks pretty good. ARRY is the next one. Too many R's. This one I've been in the past. Kind of fell apart a little bit, and now it's making its comeback, right? So it's making a comeback. Again, not all-time highs, but still kind of a VCP, right? Low, higher low, higher low, higher low. May need to come back and maybe 2150-ish or so. And then that could be a low risk entry, or then you could do the breakout by halfies or whatever. ARRY, Toast, TOST. There's another one that's got that, from the IPO, kind of got demolished, went sideways for a very long time, and now is starting to get that bullish look to it again. Okay. One of those two chart patterns that I just kind of keep seeing over and over again, but Toast looks pretty good. SHLS, back to a solar name. ARRY was solar. Shoals Technologies, also a solar name. And again, it kind of got destroyed a little bit over here, and now it's starting to recover. Needs to tighten up a little loose for me, but again, it's holding up well and starting to align bullishly again. SMAR. This one, again, kind of more in the four space, area as far as being a legacy one, but it is leading the pack higher at this time. So I do want to mention that one. VRT is in here. So this one, again, got destroyed. Wasn't a new name or nothing like that, but got destroyed and started making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and now we're just in this consolidation, and we're starting to see the 200-day move higher. The 50-day is flat. That needs to that'll start to turn higher soon. So again, as it moves higher, you may want to consider VRT, CRDO. Again, a newer name. I like those newer names. Nice area right here. I'm gonna just take this off. And it's just setting up in a very nice looking consolidation. It's first, kind of double bottom IPO basing type thing. Watch this one. I think this one could move pretty good too. Again, if it completes the base, kind of like the HLN in the first IPO base type look to it. What else is next? Fresh, FRSH, Fresh Works. This is in the got killed, came out the wrong time and got killed category, and now it's starting to recover and look constructive. Valaris is an oil and gas name, and OIH looks good, and this name is part of that group. And again, moving higher to all-time highs. I believe, yeah, all-time highs. Newer stock, but just really strong uptrend. Looks great. C-Day, that's more of a legacy, but it's recovering. So again, more like the 4 and the SMAR, been around for a little bit, but above all, it's moving averages and trying to move higher. PD, PagerDuty, same type of idea, been around for a little bit, but above his moving averages, trying to move higher. Pay attention to those, I think. Fresh name, U, right? Kind of a newer name, got destroyed, moved sideways, right? It's in that kind of boat of of consolidation right now. Never made an IPO base. This is its first IPO base. And so we have very clear levels on this one. RELY got killed, moved sideways, very strong looking area right there. We can kind of, look something like this, starting to try to move higher. Looks very good. RELY again got killed, and then long consolidation. FLNC, fairly new name, right? Kind of came down, made its first base-ish here, kind of held, and now is trying to move higher again as it kind of makes this right side of its much bigger base. That's trying to do 200 days already moving higher. So may want to consider, got my tool here. This looks like a major area right there, right? So if we can get a little consolidation, sideways move, it's I won't call this a cup and handle, it's too deep, but it's got this kind of sideways move. This needs to consolidate, let the moving averages catch up, maybe pull back a little bit to 2050-ish, and then this could be a pretty good looking name. FLNC. SQSP, Squarespace. This is in the got killed, long consolidation, kind of tightening up right now above all of its moving averages. Looks pretty good, actually, Squarespace. So I like that one. TMDX. Nice strong uptrend. You can easily see the flag that's building here, right? So this is where we want to manage risk against, right? This flag right here. If this is your thing, go for it. Look at the nice bunched up moving averages, right? If we're going to manage risk, this 57.75 area, that's a great place to manage risk against. And, so any pullback, as long as that holds, I think I'd be a buyer into that, the moving averages, and my stop could go right below them. That's kind of how I would play that. What else? TMDX was there. Sumo. So I'm sorry, Summit Materials, not Sumo, Summit Materials. So it's a materials names. All materials names are looking really good. Look at this one. Very strong look to it. It is a little extended, needs to kind of come back, but a very traditional double bottom. You can even maybe call it a complex double bottom. But either way, inverse head and shoulders, complex inverse head and shoulders right here. Looks good. If you want a materials name to, whether it's diversified or just think that the materials are going higher, which they are, this is a pretty good looking name. And last one is AVDX. This is one I came across. Again, this is in the got killed long consolidation, and now it's already moving higher ahead of the rest of the market and the rest of the names that look like this, right? So pay attention to this. There you go. Bunch of stocks to watch, lots of them on there, lots of good names. Some of them are a little bit extended. Get good entries, don't just plow in. Progressive exposure to the market. And again, I hope you all have a great day. Made a couple of videos today, just so you know, if you're still with me on this, check out my state of the market. It talks about the health of the market. I did a review of a video I did 2 weeks ago of stocks to watch for my super follows. I shared that publicly, and now this is a review of that video and how things end up. That's pretty good. And again, this stocks to watch. So subscribe, check me out on Twitter at AlphaCharts365. Thanks for all of your support. Take care.